Joining the lineup this evening, we haven't touched on him yet, is the ever compatible and full of energy Darrell Lloyd, who's back after suspension. He's out there now along with Chris Beach and Adam Keefe. Starting for the Nottingham Panthers is Kolnick, Bombach and Cam Janssen. So we're off and running. And the SSE Arena has got a brave crowd in this evening. Stephen Murphy comes out to try and clear that puck there, but it's bounced all over the place. A chance here for David Clark. It's hit a post. It looks as if somebody must have a whistle in the crowd, but the referee certainly didn't put the whistle to his lips, and Giants have got away one there, Johnny.
Yeah, great scoring chance for the Panthers. They're a balancing puck, difficult for the Belfast defenseman to handle that one.
Chance right here, now for a chance here comes Darrell Lloyd. He's on a partial breakaway. Great defensive play there by Jeff Dimon. Darrell Lloyd just couldn't get the puck a little bit ahead of himself as if he wanted to, but fantastic defensive play by Jeff Dimon.
Yeah, nice play there. So I mean, he just fully stretched out there. I don't think Lloyd saw him. I think he thought he was in the clear, but a really nice play.
Forney over the red line. Long shot, easily glove saved by Mika Vikman, and he's going to whistle that one down. Again, Myers and Higgins having a bit of a chat there.
Yeah, former teammates on the Panthers. They know each other very well.
Clark taking a smack at Forney. No call on the play there. Forney and Clark having words. It is just getting a little bit chippy here, isn't it? There's an awful lot of Nottingham Panthers there on that ice. And the Giants as well. They're 6 and 7.
Yeah, Higgins and Forney, not two players in the Giants you'd be expecting to mix it up with the Panthers players, but I see Big Nickerson comes in there to settle things down.
It looks as if there's going to be a penalty here, and I reckon both guys might be going for a couple of minutes break each. Forney shouldn't have to sit this one. He's had an extra 2 last night, but he didn't have to.
So he's owed one.
He's owed one. Bit like Darrell Lloyd's suspension, the first suspension he had. He was sort of owed one after the initial, the second play came out when they got the different angle.
And he used it up already?
Well, no comment about that one. Gives it to Nickerson. Nickerson stretching his big long legs and loses control. That one is a great poke check away there by the Nottingham Panther. Here comes David Clark, top of the circle. Leaves that for a one-time effort. Done it straight through Stephen Murphy. 1-0, Stephen Lee. That's his second goal of the season. And a 4:44 to go at the first period. The Nottingham Panthers have taken this early lead.
Yeah, a real rip there from Lee. A great shot coming over the blue line for the draw pass. And Panthers deservedly up 1-0 in the game, Simon.
It was a great back check there. I think it might have been David Clark who poke checked it away from him.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if I'm a Belfast Giants fan, or if I'm Derek Walser, if I want somebody carrying the puck up the ice, and no offense to him, but it probably would be Matt Nickerson. I want to give it to a guy like Nickerson, Ganzik, one of my forwards. They got skilled forwards out there. Let those guys carry the puck up the ice.
Here comes Chris Beach through centre ice. Leaves that off for Forney. Again, Forney passes a little bit behind him. He couldn't control that one, but Beach getting worked hard along there. Demarai back out again. He didn't miss a shift, so that's good to see. He gets it back to the point for Raja. Raja to Demarai. Top of the circle. Winds up. Takes a shot. Gets it to Forney. Right across the crease there, and great defensive play by the Nottingham Panthers. Raja on the point again. He just knocks it into the opposite corner, and it's picked up by James Demarai. Chance being kept outside here. Raja looking for an outlet to fire towards the net. Demarai winds up, takes a shot. What a shot from James Demarai. He made the penalty by Matt Myers being worked along the wall, and he's knocked it past Mika Vikman with 56 seconds going on that power play. And the Giants are back on the board, with a 1-1 tie.
A real rip by James Desmarais there. He just unloaded one. No chance for the goaltender on that one. He just completely beat him.
He's looking for a replay there. Raja just fed it off to him. He's got a little bit of time and space to step in. Here it goes, top of the circles. Rip one past Mika Vikman.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do with a shot like that. It's moving too quick for the goalie to react.
David Ling looking for a little bit of space. Throws that towards the net and takes a deflection off Mike Wilson. But Swindlers again steps in off the line. Puts the brakes on, tries to jam it into the front door. Gives it to Lakovitz. Lakovitz throws a cross-ice pass into the path of Evan Mosey. Mosey leaves that for Farmer. Farmer again takes a shot, takes a deflection off front. Nordshaw. What a save on a Swindler net off of Stephen Murphy. It hit Stephen Murphy, hit the post, come back out, and hit the Stephen Murphy's back leg. And that was a great shift by the Nottingham Panthers to put them back up 2-1 with 9:58 to go in this second period.
Great work with by the Panthers on that goal. They had a really long spell of possession in the Giants' end. You could see Giants players very tired in there. Needed a change badly, but were just unable to get it out of the zone.
Just watching the replay here. Yeah, Stephen Murphy was unlucky. He got the first touch on it. I think he hit the post after that and come back out and hit his back leg and went in. But Nottingham Panthers back on the board. And they have a 2-1 lead. The linesman's went down. He seems to be hurt. He does indeed. Referee's looking to blow his whistle, but the linesman back on his feet again. Stepping inside Chris Higgins, and he scores a goal! Takes a big hit afterwards, and that's going to cause a bit of a hassle here. That looks like it might be... Was that Matty Mars? There was a late check after that.
That was a pretty dirty play there, Simon. Nice goal by Higgins. Goal was clearly in, and he went to finish the check to injure. I mean, if Dobbs is going to review anything, that's the kind of stuff you review. The goal's already in, clearly is a goal, and he delivers a check with an intent to injure.
I was at the opposite side of the rink. It's up to the referee here if he's seen this play, but Higgins certainly took that hit, and it was, it was a great... Let's go back to the goal. What a play from Higgins. Here's the transition coming through the neutral zone. Higgins showing great speed, making a move around the outside of Jeff Waugh and putting it through the 5-hole off
that's
Mika
dirty.
Vigman.
That's dirty. That's a dirty play.
Well,
hands up in the air, celebrating a goal, and he goes and delivers a check to a vulnerable guy. I mean,
nobody in the penalty box.
That should be a penalty. That should be a penalty. That should be a suspension.
That's Chris Higgins' third goal this season after quite a long time out with injury, and let's hope that he's not shaken up with that one. But you're 100% right. That's got to be shown. That's got to be looked at by Dobbs. The linesman's having a chat here with the referee, as you can see on your screens, right in front of the penalty box, and he's now actioning over towards the Nottingham Panthers bench. But yeah, you're 100% right, Johnny. That's got to be a penalty. Has to be a penalty.
I mean, you can't say that he thought he still had the puck. You can't say that he didn't know it went in. He's got both hands up in the air celebrating. It's 1.5 seconds after the goal's already gone in.
You know what? It's a cowardly play. That's exactly what it is. Chris Higgins is out there celebrating what it was a fantastic goal. He's trying to plead his innocence here, but I don't understand what he should just take it in the chin, get in the penalty box, and let's get on with the game. But he's not happy. Matty Mars is not happy here.
I don't know how he can complain about that.
No, that's exactly my point. So it'll be interesting to see the call. He's got 2 minutes on the board. So does somebody else have to win and set that penalty with him here tonight?
Simon, it depends what he's giving him for a penalty. Is he just giving him a 2? Is he giving him a 2 and 10?
This is the bit of Dobbs that it's not so, because he's not given a major, it's not an automatic review. So,
well, I mean,
but one of the things that's happened here now, Johnny, is it's taking the sting out of things after a fantastic piece of skill again from Chris Higgins, and that's why they're trying to gee up the crowd here again. But that's it. Going back to the goal, fantastic play, and what a goal from Chris Higgins.
Tremendous skill, bravery, driving the net hard.
Chance here for the chance to break. It's one-on-one. Darrell Lloyd using his speed around the outside of Kyle Hardy. Darrell Lloyd now giving chase, and him and Hardy are battling hard. Takes a big hit there against David Ling, and giving chase Adam Keefe now going for a change. Darrell Lloyd following him. Here come the Panthers through over their own blue line. Lovely pass, but it's just bounced over the top of David Clark's stick, and there's going to be another penalty here for the Giants. And you know what? He was...
I want to see that again, Simon.
Yeah, I would like to see that before comment on it.
Was it shoulder to shoulder? Was it behind? I think it was shoulder to shoulder. I think that was a battle for the puck. It's clearly...
There's nothing in that, is there?
There's no way that's a penalty. The Nottingham Panther player actually leans in towards Beecher to try and make some space for himself. Watch it again, Simon. He leans into the Giants player. He initiated that contact. It was a terrible, terrible call by the referee. It's a
bad call by the referee.
It's a terrible call, Simon.
So, the Panthers are on 5-on-3 here now. This could be a defining moment of the game. Adam Keefe.
Do our viewers get to see that replay?
I'm not sure. Yes, they do.
They do. Yeah, I mean, that's a terrible call. You can see why a guy like Chris Beach would be frustrated at that. I mean, he does everything right there. He wasn't even initiating contact, and he gets a penalty.
Well, he hasn't really initiated much this weekend, you know, and he's been getting... No, I'm not talking about from a negative from him, but I'm talking about he hasn't had to do much to get a penalty. Myers being thrown out of the penalty, or the face-off circle, sorry. Garside trying to win the battle there, and now picked up by Kolnick. Kolnick to Ling. We've got 5 forwards out here for the Panthers. Ling looking to wind up. Gets it back to Clark. Clark takes a shot. Big block in front there. That's the sort of battling you want from the Giants forwards and defensemen here. Gets over to the side. Gives it right in front. Like a big battle in front there. And it's into the net with a 5-on-3. 45 seconds to go on Chris Higgins' penalty. He's going to step out. And the Panthers take a 3-2 lead. I think it was Kolnick got the last touch on that, but we'll confirm that in just a minute. Derek Walser not happy with that call and letting the linesman know, but there's Kolnick battling for it, gets it back, and yep, Kolnick's going to be credited with that goal. The go-ahead goal for the Nottingham Panthers, and they've still got 1 minute 20 on the power play to Chris Higgins. Beach and Lokovitz in the face-off circle. Beach wins that one. Demarai, the chance have got the extra man on there. Too many men. Too many men call. Do you know what? I think that was a set play. I think they were basically, because they were defensively, they had Walser's not happy with that call.
That's too many
and he's
men.
been given a misconduct as well. He's been thrown out of the game.
I think that's just frustration.
It's frustration, absolutely. It's frustration.
I mean, it was too many men.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was too many men. It's called it straight away. That's going to do that for I reckon that's the end of the game now. And it's been whistled down. Face-off's going to be inside the Giants' end with 5.8 seconds to go. And the Giants are short-handed for the next 2 minutes. Well, 5.8 seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. And that's going to do us for the end of this game tonight. A little bit of afters there behind the net. And Bombach, Nickerson stepping in with Janssen. Wouldn't be advisable to get anything going now, but Ganzak looking to go for afters here with Bombach, and it's not a good combination when you got all the players back on the ice. So maybe no lineup tonight for handshakes.
My opinion is they won the first period. They had Murph made some big saves. They could have been out a couple goals, but I found from the first period on, I thought we dictated the pace. We started playing our game, and all in all, you look at it, I think it was pretty even. I think the shots are pretty close. I thought last night was the same thing. We came out a little flat in the first. They had a little bit more jump, and then we found our game. And, it's one of those things you can't always harp on the refereeing, but in my opinion there, he really messed a championship game right there. It was 2 teams battling for first, us trying to close the gap in Nottingham, and he ruined it with 9 minutes to go in the game.
I feel like we played well overall. I think we came out a little bit slow, got behind them a little bit, and took us a bit to get into the game. But once we got into the game, it was a pretty even battle, and we either team kind of could have came away with a win there. But unfortunately, we slipped up at the end there with a couple of penalties.
We had some good looks. Their goalie played well. Murph played well. Both teams, I thought Nottingham did a really good job in the user zone. They played a real smart roll game. It was very difficult for us to figure out how to get into their zone with some speed. But we made some adjustments. We started getting a little smarter with the puck, and we got some looks. I'm not disappointed in the guys. I thought the guys had a great weekend. It was one of our better weekends. I know we didn't get the results that we wanted, but, again, I feel bad because one is we really didn't lose our game. We didn't lose the game. Technically, I thought it was taken from us.
Do you think that there could have been more in terms of finishing chances? There did seem to be opportunities where you could have gone ahead earlier on.
We had some looks, but goalies and teams are good. It's as much as you say shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's not that easy. It's one of those things. Sometimes it goes in, sometimes it doesn't. But I love their compete level for the second and third. The guys battled hard. It was a great crowd. They were into it. It's just disappointing how one man on the ice can ruin it. And, like I've said earlier today, I wasn't hard on with the call, the no goal last night. I spoke to him pretty respectfully for 5.5 periods, and then he has a tendency to call the softest penalty I've seen in a long time, where it really meant nothing. It wasn't like if someone was getting a scoring chance. It was really soft, and then have the nerves to put us down 5-on-3 right away. I think it's one of the things the league's got to start looking into this stuff, because it's cost 2 points or 1 point. It's very important for every team. Like, you know how tight it is right now. You know, you could lose the league by 1 point because of a selfish call by a referee who thinks, you know, he's going to make a stamp on a game like that. And it's hard. It's hard for me to bite my tongue on it. I feel bad for the guys because, you know, they battled hard and they deserved a chance to finish that game whatever way it would have went. Overtime, shootout, 5-on-5. Even if we don't win that game, doesn't matter, we would have lost in regulation. The guys played hard, and we deserve to finish that game playing hard. And whatever would have happened, happened. But now I feel like we just get robbed of the opportunity to see what would have happened.